And God was like, that's it. Your overflow is in your ordinary life. You're waiting for the big stuff, but show people the process of it.
And the crazy part about it is,
welcome to This Ordinary Life, our life,
our faith,
and the process between. I am Tabria.
I'm Jonathan.
And welcome. So in this episode, we're going to be talking about who we are, how we met, and why we're choosing to bring you guys along in our ordinary life. I can go first. I am a mother, a wife, a business owner, preacher, teacher, discipler, maker. That's why I'm gonna put myself in all of those things, because if I speak it, I know my God is hearing it. Go ahead.
I'm a father, a husband, a son, a brother, and a cousin. And on my discipleship, I'm trying to follow in the path of bringing more men into the path that God has for us.
So who are we? We are two people, as you can see, from Chicago, Illinois, born and raised on the west side, where we spend most of our days. So, and we're now living in Dallas, Texas, the DFW area. And we've been married for 5 years now. It has been 5 long long years of marriage. And yeah, so how do we meet?
At a bar mitzvah.
Now y'all already know, us black people, we don't meet at bar mitzvahs because we don't go to bar mitzvahs, if I'm saying that right. He got the head on like a bar mitzvah. But anywho, we always tell people, when people ask us how we met, we both say a bar mitzvah. And
that was because we were embarrassed
about, I don't know, we saw that somewhere, and they say if you're embarrassed about meeting online, say something crazy so people can stop asking you about it. So that's what's our craziness. But we met online, plenty of fish, and I can tell you my part of it, and he can tell you his side of it.
And then mix it together, and then you'll get the truth.
Right.
Can we say plenty of fish without getting copyrighted?
I mean, it's out there. People, hey, online works. I'm gonna tell y'all, it works, as you can see. And we have one of my friends also met on Plenty of Fish, so it works. And they're married now, and they're happily married. So anywho, for me, I got on there because all I did was work, go to church, and come home. I didn't ever like go outside. If I did go outside, I was in the club scene and I was on the block. So I wanted something different anyway. So I was on Plenty of Fish for some time. I met a few people here and there, nothing major, as you can see. And then I simply prayed and said, God, if I get back on this website, please have my husband get on the same time as I get on it, because this is my last chance. This it. Like I'm not gonna do this no more. Me telling God what my plans is, right? Anywho, so I get on there and he is in my inbox. In the inbox, yes, he's in the inbox, and that's how we met in 2016. So we've been together for 8 years, but married for 5.
Yeah. I was on Plenty of Fish because I had got out of divorce a while back, but I was looking for somebody to start over with. At the same time, I figured that I was damaged, so I wasn't like, looking for something real, but was looking for something real, if that makes any sense. But at the same token, though, the only reason why I felt that way is because I felt as if women had an ulterior motive, and I didn't want to be dealing with nothing like no baloney. I was like straightforward, direct. It was either black or white. There was no gray area. I was very short with a lot of dates that I went with, because I figured that their intentions were the wrong intentions, or the intentions that wasn't for me. The dating aspect of what I wanted was somebody that I can find my forever with. But like I said, I had been in a divorce, so I wasn't looking for anything like instantaneous. I wanted something with somebody that I can build with in order to find out whether or not this was the person that I could be with, that I would not get hurt again.
So as you can see, we both come from 2 different backgrounds. Him, a divorcee, and me, I never been divorced. I never really lived with a man. Like, I never had that type of relationship in my 30 years, because I met you when I'm 31. Yeah, in my 30 years of living. So we come from two different backgrounds. Him having to get over the damage, and he's going to get into that when he's ready to talk through his divorce and how he processing finding a woman who has value and came with the right intentions in mind. So we meet and we go out on several dates. But let me tell y'all, the first time we talked, he always say it wasn't the first time, but the first time we talked, I asked him 3 things. I said, do you want to be married again? Do you want to have children? And it was something else. Married, children. It was something else, I thought. You don't remember?
No.
Well, I asked him 2 main questions, and those 2 was a question, because I wanted to be married again, and I'm only to be married, and I wanted to have kids. And he said yes to both. And we're going to get into our child story, because he said, I would love to have kids, but I know I can't have kids. And I told him, don't worry about that. We going to have some kids. If we work out, we going to have some kids. That was my absolute faith. So yeah, so we, excuse me, my son is in the background. If y'all hear him, just know.
Bless you.
This is our ordinary life. So, yeah, we met and we was dating for, how long we was dating? Like, we bought a house at 11 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
But the reason why we bought a house, I'm a nomad, so I can pretty much, I can survive in any territory. Me, I was on my way to buy a house anyway, but you felt as if that was selfish. And you was like, I think that'd be a waste of time, or you being selfish if you trying to buy a house by yourself. I had a plan, because I like to control everything in my life. I had found a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 2-car garage condo that fitted in my budget, and I wanted to pay cash for it. I just wanted to, just be, done in that. But she was like, I think it'll be a bad idea, because then eventually you're gonna have to sell that one so that we can get a house. So she was already like predestining so much stuff, and I just was like, oh, okay.
So let me put some in between, because I didn't think it was selfish that he wanted to get something for himself. But for me, I had a daughter. I had a 5-year-old daughter now. We was both coming into his life. So what if he went to go get a 2-bedroom house that was not able to fit us in it as well, and then we have to work that out. So I'm thinking ahead. I'm not thinking, no, don't do something because you're selfish that way. No, I'm thinking like, we're going to be together, and when we get this house, we don't want to have to deal with both of those things. So we bought a house, and that had some issues and some, with it. Now, we are not perfect. We did not do it the Lord's way, right? We did not wait till marriage to have sex. We did not. Then we had a whole house at 11 months, but God's grace is sufficient. I thank God for His grace and mercy over our relationship, because it could have went sideways because we were doing it in our own way and not living His way. And all we can do is ask for forgiveness and move forward after we was convicted of what we was doing was wrong. So that goes for anybody who say, well, this and that and the other. No, we understand what our sins was. We know, and we ask for forgiveness, and we move on, because we know we serve the gracious God, and we know we couldn't keep living like that as well. So anywho, so this is, and the story can go on and on and on, but this is just the introduction of who we are. We'll be able to talk more about the housing thing and talk more about the baby and all the other stuff that comes with our lives as we walk with you guys, as we process this ordinary life with you guys. But why do you think God told us to start this type of content?
I don't know. I did say that I think one day we was just randomly like talking, and I was just like, maybe we should just do a vlog. And this was just like out of the blue, just saying it while like I think I was cooking, and she was just walking around, and she was like, that's something to think about. And I guess, me, I feel like I our lives are extraordinary, but she thought it was just an ordinary life. But if you combine like our stories together or whatever, it's definitely dynamic. So
yeah, we want to find something that we can do together, because like I said in my last video, and I just want to stop and thank each and every person that watched Deeper. Thank you guys. Thank you for rocking with me for almost a year. I was in this process of going deeper, having a deeper connection, deeper relationship with God, and that just explored so many different topics, explored so many different avenues for me. And I am so thankful for to God for allowing me and trusting me with that platform. But as we switch over, we wanted to do something together. We want to have something, you know. Some people like to garden together, some people like to cook together or something like that. That brings, you know, affection and intimacy in that way. And every time I interviewed him, he was open to the interview. So he was like, what should we do a YouTube series together? I'm like, yeah, let's talk about it. And as we talked about it, God was adding more to it. So I'm like, maybe this is what God is telling us to do, to show people what faith really looks like in the beginning, in the middle, in the process of what faith is. Because we often see people who get the fame, the fortune, the influence when they're there, not the process to get there. And so many of us in this ordinary life, we're living a life of faith, but it gets hard. It gets hard. It is hard. And people don't see the hard. People just see the result, the manifestation of it. So this is why I think God is telling us to do this type of process, because we rarely see the process in between what faith and manifestation of holding that promise looks like. And God has promised us so many things, and we're in the process of receiving it all. So that's why we're doing it. And I say, you know, I always say this just the ordinary life. And how it came, like the title itself, This Ordinary Life. I was listening to Pastor Mike Todd, and he's on his Overflow series, and he was like, the overflow is in the ordinary. And I'm like, and God was like, that's it. Your overflow is in your ordinary life. You're waiting for the big stuff, but show people the process of it.
And the crazy part about it is like, I believe I was at work when that sermon came, and I was listening to it, and I had forwarded it to her, and then she was just like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
This was like right when she said, like, I want to say a couple of days prior, she was like, it's that ordinary life, ain't nobody gonna get it. And then right after that, that's when that sermon came, and I had forwarded to her while I was at work.
So yeah, that's how God like literally speaks to me, like in my everyday ordinary things, watching a YouTube channel, talking to a friend. It's the whole process, and it just piecing it together. And when he speaks to me, I get a overwhelming sense of him, like his presence, and I can't let it go. Like some people say, it was just my thoughts. Be like, no, that's the Holy Spirit, and you need to lean into it. So that's when I jumped off the boat. I changed the YouTube. I changed the name. I changed everything, and this is where we at. This is what we're doing, right? So in this series, in this YouTube channel, you will see vlog content. You will see us sitting together. You will see me by myself and giving you a deeper perspective on something what God is processing with me. And I tell y'all, when I give y'all what he's processing right now, like I'm gonna give y'all, let me give him a clue. He's processing me right now, in me, desires, and I can't get off desires. And we know the scripture, he will give you the desires of your heart. Delight yourself in the Lord and he will give you the desires of your heart. And that has been on me heavy. I cannot wait to sit down with you guys and go into a deeper perspective with that. But anywho, you will see that. You will see John himself, if he has something he's processing as a man, as a husband, as a provider, he would just get in front of the camera and process it with you guys. So this is how we're going to process with you guys. Like, and then you will get my daughter her track vlog. So we're bringing our family and friends along who is not in Texas with us as she goes to the Junior Olympics. So you will see vlog content, practice content from her. You will see vlog content for us, just ordinary stuff that we're doing and processing through. And then you will see my part, the deeper perspective, and then John will find a name for his part. Right?
Yes.
You got something else to say?
No, not right now.
So yeah, so we just thankful for the new subscribers, the new family members that's gonna come along, because guess what, y'all gonna be family. If you gonna watch our like stuff, you finna be family. So we're gonna call y'all TOL, This Ordinary Life Fam. You're gonna be our TOL fam from now on. So when you hear the welcome back, TORL family. You are here and we are blessed to see you. So let's get to processing, you know. So I am excited to start this journey with you guys, and it has been a journey. And don't forget, you will see my son Jordan, because he is, come on in the camera. Come on, say hey with all this sneezing you've been doing. You will see Jordan and his background noise, so don't get on here like, what is in the background? Our son, our dog, like, this is our life. So until next time, we celebrate this ordinary life with extraordinary faith, serving an extraordinary God. We love you guys.
Because they didn't know what they did. They were just trying to live. They were just trying